Let's talk about rappers who are lying in their raps and the effect it has on the culture. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Olize. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, people, let's talk about these rappers. These rappers that are lying. Now, Fat Joe famously said, while defending Young Thug regarding his RICO case, that he lies in 90-something% of his raps. Rappers get creative and they say whatever that sounds good. Check out the clip.
I've been rapping professionally for 30 years. I've lied in almost 95% of my songs. I'm being honest. Lied.
Like how? What do you mean?
Just go. I write like I feel that day. I'm just being creative. You know, you could probably you couldn't build the jail high enough for the lyrics I've said on songs, which are all untrue. What I am is a family man, a person who gives back to my community all the time, open businesses in my community. So the music would never amount to the actual person, Joseph Cartagena.
Yeah, fam. He said you couldn't build a jail big enough for the raps he wrote. And look, we all know this, we're all grown people. Rappers like to lie. It's entertainment at the end of the day, even though some rappers try and act like this is real life. But where a lot of people have a problem with it is that rappers who may, for example, speak about gangster life where they didn't live that one little bit. That's where a lot of people have a problem with it. For example, let's go through some of these rappers. NWA, the legendary group, classic songs, cultural icons. They were a street-based rap group. Street content, cursing. But how many of them were actually street guys? You got DJ Yella, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. These were all good guys. Maybe from bad neighborhoods, cool, but they weren't into any street illegal activity. Eazy-E was the only one that had any type of reputation, and even him, he wasn't some crazy street guy. Apparently he sold a little bit of something on the side and had an affiliation with the Crips. So you have probably the most famous gangster rap group, and you got maybe one individual who was really about that life. But look at that NWA family tree. It created so many gangster rap groups and individuals and artists, influencing so many fans to pick up weapons and join gangs and be part of the street life. None of these guys had that mentality or had that history. You can say the same again for like Fat Joe, Cameron, Jay-Z, all talking about that, selling different illegal substances in their past. And they all did it. There's people that will say, yeah, Fat Joe was big in the streets. Terror Squad, Cam did his thing. Jay-Z, even his enemies say Jay-Z used to sell a little bit of this and that in Brooklyn. Now they're all wearing suits. Now they're all being respectable, talking positive messages all the time. All suited up. But has the damage already been done to their communities where they were speaking about all this negative aspects that they used to do or supposedly used to do? Okay, let's keep it real. Music is very influential. You hear your favorite rapper speaking about hitting somebody with a weapon, selling this, selling that. Especially if you're living in those type of environments where a weapon is one call away, you might pick that up and start trying to rob people in the street. Because DMX said it, because MOP said it, because King Von said it. I mean, King Von is not a great example because he really was about what he was rapping about. He wasn't lying. Some forms of embellishment there. All rappers do it. Like I said in the beginning, it is an entertainment genre. But I've mentioned these rappers that had a history of street activity but embellished. But what about the ones that completely lied? Remember that guy Slim Jesus? Boy, that was crazy. Tekashi 6ix9ine talked his way into a federal situation and snitched on everybody. There's others, of course, but there's rappers that keep it real, like someone like, let's say for example, Will Smith, who does colorful, light-hearted music. He'll get criticized for not being hard enough. He's too soft. But should it be celebrated that someone of color, black guy, was putting out positive music when the people we glorify were speaking about streets and violence? Because although they may have come from these areas, these environments, they weren't about doing that life. They almost portray the ghetto as if all it is violence, when there is a lot of positivity in the ghetto too. But I get it, people. This is hip hop, this is entertainment. People are getting money. Hip hop has given a lot of people from black communities, Latino communities, a way of feeding their families. And that is definitely the positive aspect about hip hop. A lot of people from communities that didn't have many opportunities have been given a means to feed their families. A lot of millionaires have been made. If you forget about the golden era of hip hop in the 80s, the 90s and the 2000s did bring out a lot of negative messages, materialistic, misogyny, violence. And as hip hop became the #1 genre in the world, you have to wonder the influence it had. How many youngsters, how many impressionable people picked up a weapon, sold a little this and that, maybe emulating the behavior shown to women, got themselves in trouble based on a genre that was meant to be about positivity and expression. But because the messages are now becoming so negative, or has become so negative, you have to wonder, has the genre done more bad than good? Like I said, it's produced and given a lot of opportunities and for people to help themselves financially. But overall influence, I think hip hop is not doing a good job. The bad is definitely outweighing the good in hip hop. I almost look at hip hop like that little kid that was cute when they were young and when they got older became a serial killer. I know it's a mad analogy, crazy analogy, but I look at hip hop and it's just so different from what I used to love about it when I was younger. But like I've repeated multiple times in this video, hip hop is an entertainment genre. It is meant to entertain. I do believe rappers should try and take a little bit more care in the lies they say, because you got young, impressionable minds that are getting swayed and influenced by the lies. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And you can support the channel by joining to be a member for less than $2 a month, people. Exclusive content on this channel. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.